Today we're going to talk about Elijah, the prophet of God. Do you remember our lesson about Elijah, the prophet, and King Ahab? Do you remember what Elijah asked God to do on Mount Carmel? God sent fire to the altar and all the people believed in him. They bowed down to honor God. In today's lesson, we're going to meet another prophet who loved God very much and obeyed his commands. His name was Elijah. Elijah met a man named Nahum. He was the commander of a great army. His army had attacked God's people. Nahum's army could be very mean to people they attacked. Sometimes they would make people their slaves. One of the persons Nahum's army had captured was a little girl from Israel. Nahum gave this little girl to his wife to use as a servant. One day, Nahum became very ill. He had sores all over his body, and these sores were very painful, and everyone could see them. The sores made Nahum very sick. He had a disease called leprosy. He knew he would die unless someone could help him. Nahum's wife did not know what to do. The young servant girl told her about a great prophet of God in Samaria who would heal him. His name was Elijah. Nahum went to find Elijah. When he did, Elijah told his servant to go out and tell Nahum to go down to the Jordan River and wash himself 7 times to get rid of the sores. Nahum was mad because Elijah himself had not come out to meet him. Finally, Nahum's servants convinced him to do what Elijah had said. Nahum went down to the Jordan River and dipped himself 7 times in the muddy water. When he came up the 7th time, his sores were gone. God had healed him of his disease. Nahum shouted that there was no God anywhere in the world like the God of Israel. From that day on, Nahum never worshipped idols again. He worshipped only the true God of Israel. For our learning craft this week, our ones and twos will be doing a Naaman picture circle at 9:15. They will have Naaman with sores and without sores on each side of the circle. For our 11 o'clock service, they will be doing a See Me Now Naaman poster where they can practice putting Naaman inside the river to retell the story. For our 3s through kindergarten, we will have a Naaman cup craft that they can also dip into the cup and he can come out without the sores. And then they will also be doing a Naaman poster that will have the number 7 on it to represent the 7 times he went inside of the river. For our wrap up and goodbye, we have a theme called Are You Game? And if you see Creation Station, it's decorated as Candyland. And in our classrooms, we're going to be playing this game with our kids. It's a type of Candyland. You can ask them questions about the books of the Bible. You can ask them questions about the story that you just went over with them. If you can't think of any questions on your own, don't worry, because in your curriculum on your sheet at the very back where it says goodbye, it has some questions already there for you. So you will get 2 pieces of pawns for them. You can separate your classroom into 2 teams. It could be boys against girls or just split them in 2. And then you'll have dice there. As they roll them, they get to move the amount of spaces that the dice say. And in order to stay on that space, they need to answer the question correctly.